guys, welcome back to the King Kong review series. Let's talk about Be Kind, Rewind. It's a very dry comedy that came out 10 years ago back in 2008 and was well received by critics, as well as being sort of this little cult hit in the late 2000s. The story involves a VHS video store that's going out of business and is due to shut down, but all that changes once Carl Denham himself, Jack Black, and his crazy antics end up magnetizing and erasing all the VHS tapes in the store. So Jack and Mos Def, out of desperation, must now recreate the movies on the VHS tapes with no budget whatsoever in order to keep selling the tapes and keeping the store open.
When you're walking down the street and you see a little ghost, what you gonna do about Ghostbusters?
What is that?
That's the Ghostbusters theme song.
No.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Again, the humor is very dry and has a feeling on par with a show like Home Movies, but for what it is, it's a very charming and kinda heartwarming comedy. But of course, its biggest selling point was to create a cheap and charming genre of filmmaking simply known as Sweded Films. For those wondering what this genre is that is named after a fishy fruit candy, Sweded Films mostly consists of remakes of more popular films, but done on no budget whatsoever, using whatever is available or free to the filmmakers in order to recreate their favorite films. And Be Kind, Rewind was the film that sparked this genre, and honestly, it led to some creative recreations of movies on YouTube. Hell, because of this movie, I don't even think the likes of homemade movies would be around today. And of course, our own eighth wonder of the world managed to get his fair share of Sweded films. Even Jack Black himself spoofed the original in the movie Be Kind, Rewind, which I'm sure was something of his doing.
In a lot of ways, it was like I was 12 years old, running around in a big backyard.
Pretending like we were doing a thing, and then I come out of the bushes, and I'm King Kong, and you can scream, ah!
You know what I mean?
So for this list, I've decided to only pick a few of the better quality Sweded films because there's a few bad ones out there. So let's start off this list with, surprisingly, an early student film from 1993 of all things that recreates the finale of Kong, spoofing not only the original, but a lot of the '76 film. Now obviously there is no quality control or existence of any special effects to put into this, but it just seems like a group of students in college who were bored out of their minds were left in a theater stage with nothing to do and just went, screw it, let's just goof around and recreate King Kong with whatever is lying around. And honestly, that's what makes it special. Sure, there's no ape suit or model buildings, but the camera angles are ripped straight out of '76, even down to the scenes of Jeff Bridges viewing Kong's battle. Again, not much to say, but it has a certain charm to it that is hard to pass by. Next up is probably my personal favorite. It's a short film from France that recreates the iconic story, but in a short 4 to 5 minutes. The first major plus is that the colors are really alive in this one. The Skull Island jungles, while only being a few plants, a fog machine, black curtain, and a few green lights, actually really work here as far as quickie jungle sets are concerned. The costumes are also not half bad, and the props are delightfully funny, using nothing but cardboard. However, its biggest pluses come from the Kong suit and miniature cardboard sets, which honestly, for a no-budget film, look fantastic. The cardboard buildings are really creative with its use of Sharpied details and Christmas lights. As for the Kong suit, while having the shittiest effort done, doesn't look half bad, and it reminds me a lot of Brian De Palma's student film Watton's Wake. Plus, the final shots are a nice nod to '76, so that's a win in my books. Overall, this quickie is probably my favorite of the Sweded films. Very cheesy and enjoyable. In 2009, there was a short 50-second skit of the original Kong which showcased the giant ape atop a cardboard building. While it is only 50 seconds, the short is enjoyable for its use of recyclable sets and many creative shots involved. Again, not much to say, but it has a very funny ending. Next, from 2013, to commend the original film's 80th anniversary, is a 3-actor show from Germany recreating a highlight remake of the classic story. Story-wise, it's beat for beat, and the effects are mostly just plastic toys and a stuffed Beanie Baby for Kong. However, I'll give credit where credit is due. The black and white tone hide most of the cheesy effects, and much like Kring Krong, the filmmakers use their local locations to their advantage with the docks and Skull Island jungles. Also, is it me, or does denim in this film remind me of Slugworth from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
The everlasting gobstopper.
Well, both films are from Germany, so I can't really complain on that one. Overall, not much to talk about. It's just a cute rendition of the story. And finally, from last year comes a recreation of Kong's climactic battle from some young filmmakers from France. Its use of quickly built sets, paper planes, and ape suit don't look half bad for the most part. Using whatever was around to accomplish these scenes, these student filmmakers really show how to turn in a quick product. And guys, that's all I got on this one. I know there's several other Sweded versions of King Kong out there, but I just wanted to highlight some of the better ones, as well as share insight on the Sweded genre of filmmaking as a whole. Overall, the Sweded King Kong films are very creative. They've got some good ideas and very cheap tactics to pull off iconic scenes from the previous films, and show kids at their earliest stages of filmmaking. Hell, I was one of them when I did a spoof trailer called Elmo Kong. Yeah, no, cut that out. But with that said, I'll give these films a good 6 out of 10, because honestly, there's some real effort in them. And with that said, there's one other set of little Kong films as well. So tune in next time when we take a look at another micro-genre of filmmaking with the King Kong films done in 60 seconds. So we'll see you then.